Hello? Is this on? Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome the cohorts of 2025 and 2027. President Heacock, Dean Johns, Associate Dean Langen, parents, spouses, significant others, friends, faculty, staff, and most of all, the DPT classes of 2025, 26, and 27. I would like to welcome you to the 2024 White Coat Ceremony. I am Dr. Heather Shattuck, and I am the Interim Program Director of the Department of Physical Therapy. And welcome to this pledge ceremony. This evening, the class of 2027 will take the pledge for the first time, and the classes of 2025 and 26 will renew the pledge. At this time, I have the honor of introducing the president of Clarkson University, David Heacock.
Well, thank you so much. And yes, please sit down. What a wonderful evening this is. And it's just full of excitement and full of promise. And I can't tell you how excited I am to be here to just recognize all of the hard work, all of the efforts, and all of the focus that had to go into, this achievement that you've been able to do. And for this, I'm just really grateful to be able to share it with you and to be here at this time. So high five. Come on. High five. You guys did great. All right. Wonderful. And I think you need to keep that in mind that this is, again, just a journey. It's a point in time, and it's a point in time to reflect back on all the wonderful things that you learned and saw and were able to experience. For the new classes coming up, it's a point in time for you to refocus and re-see that, hey, there is an end here, and then there is a goal in mind. And with this, again, it just hopefully gives you energy and gives you additional motivation to keep pushing it forward. But really today is about celebrating all that you have accomplished. And for this, I'm grateful to be here. I want to turn this now over to Dean Lenz to really continue to talk along this. And again, I appreciate the opportunity to be here. So thank you. Wow.
First of all, I want to thank the entire faculty for the tireless work that and the passion that you guys have for educating the future physical therapists of America, right? And I want to have a special thank you for Professor Bicknell, who arranges all of your clinicals and makes all of the arrangements for that, and so on and so forth. But students, this is your day, right? It's about you. It's about celebrating the hard work and accomplishments you've had to this point. This day also recognizes your personal and professional kind of transition from being a student to being a clinician, right? And there's a big difference in that. I've pulled a few key points from the Pledge of Physical Therapy. What I want you to think about is not just the phrases and what they mean, but the phrases within the context of all of the constituents and the stakeholders that you'll be working with, right? And those stakeholders include patients, families, coworkers, the business or the company that you're working with, your employer. They include the general public, the entire healthcare team that you're working with, and importantly, yourself, right? So all of those phrases combine to kind of build that network of what a physical therapist is, what a healthcare worker is. Some of those phrases, right, is respect. And that's with all of the stakeholders, right? Being trustworthy, exercising sound judgment, highest ethical standards, advocate for others, professional competence, provide accurate and current information. And that's kind of like lifelong learning type of things, right? Because science is changing all the time. And all these concepts apply to all the stakeholders. Your transformation, in your transformation, you are becoming a healthcare professional and part of the fabric of the U.S. healthcare system. That's a tremendous honor and also a tremendous responsibility. Okay? To me, the primary tenet of a healthcare professional is to accept the responsibility of caring for patients in not only their physical body, but what's important to them, right? And I want to challenge you on three things, to commit to three things. One is to become the best physical therapist you can be for every patient. Take on a larger issue within healthcare and that you're passionate about and try to make it better. And then become a problem solver for the healthcare system, right? Congratulations on your accomplishments. And we look forward to seeing all of the great things that you're going to be doing in the future. Great. Thank you very much.
At this time, I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker. Dr. Stacy Ziegler has been a licensed physical therapist since 1994, graduating with her bachelor's degree from Upstate Medical University in Syracuse, New York. She achieved a Master's of Science degree in Community Health and Administration and Wellness Promotion from California College for Health Sciences in 2000. She has been a board-certified geriatric clinical specialist in physical therapy since 2001. She completed her Doctor of Physical Therapy degree from Simon's College in 2005 and earned her PhD in Interdisciplinary Bioscience and Biotechnology at Clarkson in 2023. Dr. Ziegler's clinical practice encompasses a wide variety of settings, including home health, acute care, outpatient orthopedics, inpatient rehabilitation, skilled nursing, hospice care, and cardiopulmonary rehabilitation. Her positions in these settings have also been varied, including formal and informal leadership positions from staff therapists to chief of an Army physical therapy clinic to administrator of rehab services in a hospital-based setting, all before taking a full-time clinical professor role here at Clarkson University's physical therapy program in 2003. Within the next 21 years, Dr. Ziegler proceeded to inspire the hearts and minds of her physical therapy students. She also contributed greatly to the American Physical Therapy Association through both appointed and elected service positions at the local, state, and national levels. Particularly active in the health policy and administration section of the APTA, she assisted in the creation of and is still faculty for the Leadership Institute providing leadership training for healthcare professionals across the United States. Further, her clinical expertise and research has resulted in more than 50 invited presentations, 12 peer-reviewed publications, 30 peer-reviewed abstracts, 4 grants, and she is the co-editor and author of the textbook Leadership in Physical Therapy. After 21 years of service to the department, Stacy has been awarded Professor Emeritus status at Clarkson University and continues to teach in the Lewis School of Health Science and the Ray School of Business. Dr. Ziegler also continues her clinical research and her role as founder and CEO of Fun and Aging Physical Therapy, her private practice of 15 years, focusing on in-home wellness and fitness for older adults. Please welcome Dr. Stacy Ziegler.
Good evening, everybody. What a powerful moment this is. I mean, look at these folks over here, right? In this room, we have the future of physical therapy sitting right before us. Bright minds, compassionate hearts, and certainly determined spirits all in one place tonight. So to our future physical therapists, today isn't just another step in your academic journey, to echo what President Heacock and Dean Johns has said. This is a defining moment. It is a commitment to something bigger than yourself. It's the start of a path where movement becomes medicine and hope becomes healing. To the families and friends, thank you. Your support, your sacrifices, your encouragement have brought and kept all these students here to this point, because I know that there's probably been many tearful conversations with all of you along the way, for sure. This journey isn't theirs alone, it's also yours. This year marks my 53rd year of life and my 30th anniversary of becoming a physical therapist. During this time, as one would expect, a lot has changed. In particular to our profession, the elements of rapid knowledge evolution, the importance of critical thinking, and the absolute need to be a lifelong learner have been the foundation for me never having a dull moment in my career as a PT. And I would echo also Dr. David Sackett, who's a Canadian physician considered one of the fathers of evidence-based medicine, who years before I was born, and I will mention, yes, despite what my son thinks, life did exist before I was born. Dave Sackett said, half of what you learn in medical school will be shown to be either dead wrong or out of date within 5 years of your graduation. That's right. Wrong, within 5 years of graduation. And that continues on. The cycle continues. So to my soon-to-be PT colleagues, you will have the professional obligation of learning, of problem solving, and developing your knowledge and skills throughout your entire career. But of course, this is not a problem, right? Physical therapists tend to be, by nature, lifelong learners, problem solvers, initiative takers, and action seekers. Our profession is literally defined by motion and movement. It's what we do. We are trained extensively in the mindset to practice and to coach our patients to do something, do anything, because after all, motion is lotion. That's right. It keeps our body and our mind functioning at its peak. This works for us as it also echoes the world we live in today, where busyness equates to productivity, that speed is synonymous with success, and that to pause is often seen to fall behind. But I'm here today to tell you that as much as we have the exciting opportunity and expectation to change and move our knowledge, skills, and our productivity to new levels on the regular, I challenge you to embrace a different philosophy, to hone an ability that has been more important to my patients, to my practice, and to my life than anything else. The irony is that this ability is one that I never learned in physical therapy school. And the one skill that I have found that hasn't needed to change every 5 years. I first saw this on a t-shirt. It said, "Don't just do something, stand there." This was originally uttered by the White Rabbit in Alice in Wonderland. What might sound like a call to inaction is really a call to purposeful presence. It's the paradoxical premise that many times the most powerful thing we can do is to stop moving, to listen, and to reflect. Don't just do something, stand there. The key is that word just. Just doing something is rarely the correct solution to any problem. All too frequently in the world of health and care, we see the following entirely logical sequence of events. Here's how it goes. Number one, my patient isn't functioning as well as possible. Something has to be done. Number two, a new or maybe old piece of knowledge or skill is something. So number three, let's do that. Sounds logical, makes sense. But let's start to debunk this process with several key points. First, thoughtful action beats reactive action. It's easy to believe that doing something is always better than doing nothing. After all, you're students of movement, you're students of motion and rehab. But here's the reality. Sometimes the best course of action is to do less, not more. We already know this as we understand, as PTs, that too much pressure, too many exercises, too many changes all at once produce a negative overload on a patient's system. Progress slows or halts altogether, and patients lose trust in the process and in you. But if you take a moment to reflect before you act, you can identify the one small change that makes the biggest impact. Instead of giving the patient 5 exercises, you give them 1, but it's the right one. Maybe instead of pushing for range of motion today, you wait, you educate, and you earn their trust. Precision beats excess. Thoughtful action beats reactive action. Secondly, the power of listening. Our most powerful skill in physical therapy isn't manual therapy. It's not stretching, nor is it exercise prescription. It's listening. When you just do something without listening, you run the risk of misunderstanding the true problem. But when you stand there, when you give your patient time and space to express themselves, you hear things that aren't in textbooks and aren't in your clinical notes. Patients are not always going to tell you, "I'm afraid this pain will never go away." They won't say, "I'm scared to move because I don't want to make it worse." But if you stand there, hold space for silence, and truly listen, you'll hear those fears hiding between the lines. And when you address that, you're no longer just treating muscles and joints, you're treating the whole person. Patience is power. We live in a now culture. Fast results, fast answers, fast everything. But in physical therapy, healing is not fast. Tendons don't heal in a week. Nerves don't desensitize overnight. Patients don't unlearn poor movement habits in one session. If you approach every patient with a do more, fix it now mindset, you'll burn out and so will your patient. But if you learn to stand there with patients, if you learn to be present with the process, to trust the timeline, to teach your patients about long-term consistency, you'll create an atmosphere of calm and confidence. Patients don't just need a physical therapist. Sometimes they need a guide. Someone who isn't rushing, someone who isn't frantically just doing something, just to be seen as competent. Patience is power. It's the power to say, rushing may feel like the answer, but it's not going to solve this problem. Finally, let's talk about presence over perfection. When you're just starting out as a student or a new PT, you're going to feel pressure to know everything, to do everything, to be everything for your patients. But here's the truth. Patients don't need perfection. They need your presence. When you're present with your patient, fully attentive, not worried about your next move, not thinking about the right answer, they feel it, they trust you, they relax. So instead of constantly asking yourself, what do I need to do next? Ask yourself, am I present with my patient right now? What does this moment require of me? Sometimes all it requires is your presence, not a new exercise, not a new technique, just your full, undivided attention. As the saying goes, yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. The best gift you can give your patients is your presence. So in the holiday spirit, say, let's put a big bow on this present. In the stillness, you find clarity. In the pause, you find purpose. And in those moments of quiet reflection, we prepare ourselves to act, not impulsively, but with intention and with wisdom. So the next time you feel the urge to just do something in clinicals and exams, in your future practice, I want you to remember the paradoxical wisdom of don't just do something, stand there. So I put a little card. I don't know if the second year's got their little card already. You're going to get yours in your white coats, but I put a little reminder card in there for you that says, don't just do something, stand there. Stand there and ask better questions. Stand there and listen. Stand there and be present with your patient. Stand there and think before you move. Today, we aren't just celebrating potential, we're celebrating purpose. Each of you is about to enter a field where every stretch, every step, every rep will have the power to change lives, but I'm here to challenge you that the real power actually comes from not just doing something, it comes from standing there. When you do, you will find that what follows is not only movement, but movement that truly matters. Imagine becoming not just a good physical therapist, but a great one, just by standing there. So be still, enjoy this moment, and thank you for the honor of being present with you.
Thank you, Dr. Zeigler. The class of 2027 has completed their first semester in Clarkson University's DPT program. To honor the members of the class of 2027, their names have been embroidered on their white coats. This evening, they will be coded by their faculty advisors. Will the faculty please join me? Dr. Jamie Bicknell, Director of Clinical Education, will read the names for the class of 2027. Please hold your applause until all have been coded. Students, please rise and come forward when your name is called. And please remain standing at your seats until all names are called and the audience is done congratulating you.
Aaron Bates, coded by Dr. Apia Kubi. Abigail Green, coded by Dr. Apia Kubi. Ruth Lewis, coded by Dr. Heather Shattuck. Marissa McLean, coded by Dr. Apia Kubi. Abigail Navalga, coded by Dr. Heather Shattuck. Kianush Rampur, coded by Dr. Chris Towler. Niley Richardson, coded by Dr. Apia Kubi. Sean Sanford, coded by Dr. Apia Kubi. Emma Sego, coded by Dr. Heather Shattuck. Gabriel Cisco, coded by Dr. Heather Shattuck. Alyssa Sumo, coded by Dr. Chris Towler. Destiny Thomas, coded by Dr. Heather Shattuck. Jacob Wilno, coded by Dr. Heather Shattuck. and Rami Youssef, coded by Dr. Heather Shattuck. Congratulations to the class of 2027.
Please be seated. The class of 2025 has completed all didactic work, will be entering the first of their terminal clinical affiliations in January. This evening, the class of 2025 will be recoded and receiving their PIN by their faculty advisor, and Dr. Jamie McNell will read the names for the class of 2025. Please come forward when your name is called.
Anne Marie Altilio, coded by me. Brandon Barr, coded by Dr. Chris Towler. Stephanie Dunlap, coded by Dr. Chris Towler. Caitlin Ferreira, ra 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 ra, coded by Dr. Chris Towler. You're welcome, Kate. Brendan Gardner, coded by Dr. Heather Shattuck. Mina Gergis, coded by Dr. Heather Shattuck. Taylor Goff, coded by Dr. Chris Towler. Paige Gutierrez, coded by Dr. Chris Towler. Emma Harrigan, coded by Dr. Apia Kubi. Caitlin Metzger, coded by Dr. Heather Shattuck. Brooke Peters, coded by Dr. Chris Towler. Pong, also known as P, Sinthawachua, coded by me. How'd I do, P? Corinne Smith, coded by Dr. Apia Kubi. And last but certainly not least, Alexis Stoner, coded by Dr. Chris Towler. Congratulations to the class of 2025. You did it!
And you all may be seated. The class of 2027 will now take the pledge for the first time, while the classes of 2025, 26, and the Clarkson University DPT faculty will renew the pledge. We also invite any physical therapists who are with us tonight to join us. The audience may follow along. The pledge is on the back of the program. All students and PT faculty, please rise, and we will recite the pledge in unison. As I enter the profession of physical therapy, I solemnly and willingly pledge the following. I will respect the rights and dignity of all individuals and will provide compassionate care. I will be trustworthy towards my patients and clients and in all other aspects of physical therapy practice. I will place the welfare of my patients and clients above my own self-interest. I will provide accurate and relevant information to patients and clients about their care and to the public about physical therapy services. I will exercise sound judgment and comply with the laws and regulations that govern physical therapy practice, education, and research. I will steadfastly adhere to the highest ethical principles and professional standards. I will advocate for the health needs of society and strive to effect changes that benefit patients, clients, and the community. I will cultivate professional competence, embrace advancements in practice, challenge mediocrity, and work towards the development of new knowledge. I will respect the rights, knowledge, and skills of colleagues and other healthcare professionals and seek consultation to the benefit and welfare of the patient or client. Thus, with this pledge, I freely accept the responsibilities that accompany the profession of physical therapy and agree to serve in the profession and to influence positively the health of society. Congratulations and thank you to all 3 classes of DPT students. Taking the pledge and donning the white coat and retaking the pledge and being recoded are benchmarks in your development as a physical therapist. These benchmarks are often taken in front of all the witnesses here this evening as a statement that you are accepting your obligation to be the best physical therapist you possibly can be. The faculty and members of Clarkson University and all the people here this evening will continue to assist and support you in the best way they can. Congratulations to the members of the DPT classes of 25, 26, and 27. You may be seated. We now have 3 awards we would like to announce. First, we would like to announce the 24-25 recipient of the Kathleen Kafka Reed Phillips Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship was created to celebrate 2 people who shared a deep love for life and adventure and a strong dedication to the physical therapy profession, Kathleen Kafka and Reed Phillips. It was established in 2014 by their classmates, the DPT class of 2016, and the physical therapy department. Kathleen Kafka received a Bachelor of Science degree in biomechanical engineering from Washington University in 2012, and Reed Phillips received a Bachelor of Science degree in athletic training from Central Michigan University in 2011. They both entered the Clarkson University Doctor of Physical Therapy program in August of 2013. Kathleen and Reed were deeply loved by their family and friends and respected by their professors. The impact they made on the program, their classmates, and the community of Potsdam, New York in such a short period of time is nothing short of incredible. In their honor, the scholarship will be awarded annually to a deserving first-year DPT student at Clarkson University who strives to implement the core values of the physical therapy profession, both inside and outside in the classroom, in the same manner that Kathleen and Reed did. This year's recipient is Emma Sego. Congratulations, Emma, and come forward to receive your certificate. Next, we would like to announce the recipient of the Samuel B. Feidelberg Physical Therapy Fellow Scholarship. The Samuel B. Feidelberg Physical Therapy Fellowship was established by the first chair of Clarkson University Physical Therapy Program, Professor Emeritus Samuel B. Feidelberg, who has a passion for promoting physical therapists to be culturally proficient in their profession and personal lives. The Feidelberg Fellowship is awarded to Clarkson University Doctor of Physical Therapy students in good standing to assist students to develop cultural proficiency through a variety of activities, particularly clinical internships. This year's recipient is Anne Marie Attilio. Congratulations. The last scholarship we would like to announce is the recipient of the Melissa A. Walsh Memorial Endowed Scholarship. Melissa graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Psychology from Clarkson University in 2003 and completed the Clarkson University's Master of Physical Therapy program in 2005. Melissa was a standout student who was top in her class and maintained exceptional grades. She was highly respected amongst her professors and peers. She went on to become a licensed physical therapist and worked in outpatient orthopedics. Melissa put her heart into all that she did, whether in relationships, education, or employment. She was a role model in every sense of the word, in her work, professional, and her personal commitment, and her belief in caring for others. After she passed too soon in 2007, in honor of all that she represented, Melissa's family and friends established a scholarship in her name. The Melissa A. Walsh Memorial Endowed Scholarship is awarded each year to a physical therapy student who embodies Melissa's passion for the profession, compassion for others, as well as her strong desire to work with the public. Melissa's life and accomplishments are an excellent example of what a Clarkson University student should strive to achieve. This year's recipient is Elena Tarasca. And I owe Elena a picture of my dog. She asked what her certificate was going to be, and that was our running joke. Congratulations to our award recipients. At this time, the faculty would like to play a short video as a send-off to the class of 2025. On behalf of the faculty and the students, I would like to extend our sincere thank you to the parents, spouses, significant others, and friends for their support of the DPT students. Thank you to all the supporters of our program. And that concludes our white coat ceremony. Congratulations, students.
There's lots of snacks in the back, so please eat up the snacks. Joanne worked really hard on those.
Lots of snacks.